Hey, which is better, the paper business card or the digital business card? I'm going to show you some things that you might not have thought about with regard to those digital business cards. Hey, it's Stan Shields here. We are back. That's funny. My headset earpiece came off into my ear. Stan Shields here. We are back with another rendition of the digital business card conversation. So I'm going to share with you today a few items that you may not have thought about with regard to digital business cards and just how they work. Now, today's program was supposed to be an interview with Rodney Brace, who is the CEO and founder of a digital business card company. However, there were some emergency things that came up, and Rodney's fine and everything's good, but he had some situations that came up that he was not able to make it today. So we will reschedule that interview for a later date. But we're going to just talk for a little bit about these digital business cards, and I'm going to share some things with you. I'm probably not going to put it on the screen. We're just going to talk for just a little bit here. And so I want you to think about this. Digital business cards aren't just for disseminating your information, giving people your business card so that they have your information. It's really a whole lot more about an engagement process and an engagement process with your ideal prospects. Okay. If you think about it, not everybody is going to be your ideal prospect. And so you're going to go to some of these networking meetings and so forth, and you're going to interact with a whole bunch of people at these meetings, but not everybody there is going to be your ideal prospect. So part of your role is you've got to kind of figure out what are the right questions and so forth to figure out who is that ideal prospect, so that then you start to gain their information. Now, the easy thing that everybody does is just, hey, do you have a business card? Sure. And they hand a card to the person and boom, you get their card. You got their information. But you really have not engaged them from the card standpoint by just doing that. Okay. So what I want you to think about is, how can your card be very engaging to them after that meeting that you've had with them? And that's what we want to really hit on today. One of the key tools that a digital business card has that a paper business card does not have is video. You're able to record a short video to have on your digital business card. And that way, if you went to a networking meeting per se, and people met you, and they also met 20 to 30 other people, and if they're looking at a paper card and there's no picture on it, there's nothing on it, just words, I can look at a card and there's just words on it and writing on it. They're not going to remember who you are per se. So if you have a paper card, I fully believe that you really ought to have a picture on that card. It helps people identify with who you are. But video on a digital card is even better, because now they get to play back a short video, and they should only be like 1 minute to 2 minutes on your card. But it gives people an opportunity to feel like they're getting to know you better. Video is one of the fastest ways to build the know, like, and trust factor. So putting that on your digital business card goes a long way. Another big component of a digital business card is the QR code. You see, and QR codes do a lot of different things. Most of the time people use a QR code to just redirect someone to another URL. And that's fine. However, it can also be a V card. It can also download or give them the opportunity to download your contact information. It can initiate a text message. A QR code can do a lot of different things. So your QR code on your business card needs to reflect your purpose. How do you want people to connect with you? And specifically, What is it that you can do to start to capture their information in a way that's engaging to them and interesting to them? And so that QR code is one of those pieces that you can use to engage them in a different way than everybody else does in any of these events. Another thing to think about is on your digital business card, you can have essentially, you can have a lead magnet on that card. Now, what is that? That means that you've got something that you can give away for free, something that you can give them for, and we're talking about your ideal prospect, by the way, right? We're not talking about everyone you meet at a networking event, because everyone you meet at a networking event is not your ideal client. Some people are just nice to know. That's it. They're not going to be a client. They aren't looking to buy whatever it is that you have. That's just not what they're looking for right now. So if you've got a lead magnet on your card that speaks to your ideal client, there's a really good chance that they will take advantage of that and they will connect with you and grab that. Now, on a paper card, that's difficult to do because on that paper card, they have got to go to a website. They've got to type stuff in. Whereas on a digital card, all they have to do is click the link that's there. And that's a major compelling point with digital business cards is all links are clickable. They can easily go to it just by looking at your card. And now another piece to have is a compelling story. If you've got the opportunity, if you've written a compelling story that's maybe on your website, then you can have that start the story on your digital business card and finish the story on your website, or finish the story on a landing page where you would like to take them. But that gives you, once again, that's a clickable link. It gives you another opportunity to engage with them in a way that's different than other people will be engaging with them. So it's a whole different feel. It's a different vibe. It's a whole different thing than the normal thing at a networking meeting, or even if you met someone online. And in fact, we'll talk briefly about that as well. The invite the people, invite this ideal prospect, invite them to another event, invite them to something else that you have going on. And that also can be on your digital business card, and they have it in the form of a link. If you have an event coming up, if you've got a special session you're going to be doing, or a Q&A, or you want to do a one-to-one, your calendar link can be right there on your digital business card. Makes it easy for them to schedule that time with you, even if it's just a networking meeting and it has nothing to do with you doing business with them, or vice versa. But having a reason to connect and making it super easy by having just a clickable link right there makes it totally possible that people are going to connect with you more often. Okay. Not last, but second to last thing is lead capture form. I can't tell you, I've had a number of people, they open my digital business card, they look at it, and I have a form that says, hey, let's connect. And they'll fill out the form. And guess what? When they fill the form out, they'll get an immediate email response coming back from me. But then I might drip a couple of emails to them over a period of time. But now I'm able to augment that by sending a specific personal email to them or personal text message to them. So having the lead capture form right on my business card makes it so much easier for people to connect with me and get more information with regard to what it is that I do. And the last thing, which leads back into what I was just talking about, is figuring out a way to get their information and to get it electronically. I don't want to have a box full or a desk full of business cards sitting around that I'm never going to get to and do anything with. If I've got a bunch of business cards, I've got to either hire somebody to enter them into the computer. I've got to get one of those services that will scan it. And even when you scan the cards, they're not 100% accurate. So you need human eyes to look at it to verify the data and make sure that it's working correctly. So we still have to put some effort behind getting those cards loaded into a database or some usable form that makes sense for us. So we have to figure out, how do we get the NAP, name, address, phone number? But there's a new one that I call NEEP, name, email address, and phone number, so that we can interact with them, we can engage with them. And then if they are someone that makes sense for us to potentially do business with, it, we now are in control and can reach out and connect with people, and we're not always waiting for someone else to connect with us. When we just hand a business card to a person, then we're just waiting, and we're making it a little bit more difficult for them to actually connect and to communicate with us. So those are just a few tips, few ideas, few thoughts around the idea behind the digital business cards. Hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions and you would like to get any additional information on the cards, in fact, you could reach out to me and at staninshields.com/30. That will take you to my calendar. You can schedule a 30-minute session with me, and we can talk through what you think your needs might be for a digital business card. No obligation. Just, we can just talk about whether it makes sense for you or not. A digital business card may not make sense for everyone. In fact, there are some professions that it's awesome for, especially if you're a coach or a consultant, or you do business online, you do networking, you're a network marketer, MLM, those kinds of industries. Digital business cards are perfect for you. There may be some others where it just doesn't make sense, and that makes sense as well. Okay, so at any rate, reach out to me if you'd like to just talk it through and make some time on it, or if you'd like to look at one of the cards that I offer. I have a few different ones that I can offer, but if you'd like to look at a card that I can offer and get more information and just kind of do it on your own, click on or just go to staninshields.com/vcard, and you'll get some more information on digital business cards. You can learn some more right there. Okay. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time.